Hey guys, Eric here with the iHub Global team, and in this video training, I'm going to show you how to hook up and connect your upgraded antenna to your hotspot. So I've just gone ahead and I've unboxed everything, and let's go through all of the components that came in my upgraded antenna box. So I have my upgraded antenna here. This is an 8.1 dBi antenna. I have my lightning arrestor. This is that piece that connects to prevent any additional electricity from flowing through your hotspot. We have here our cable and brackets, additional hardware, okay? And we also have some inserts here. So we have our install kind of insert here showing you how to get the training. So that comes there. We have our packing slip, as well as a message from our CEO and founder, Rick Cotton. Really great message here. Go ahead and read that as well. I also have my hotspot ready to go, okay? And that's gonna be all of the parts. So I'm gonna, out of this red bag here, I'm gonna take out, I have some mounting brackets. We're gonna do a separate training on strategy of mounting your antenna, getting it where it needs to go. But for the sake of demonstration and showing you guys just the basics of hooking up this antenna, we're just going to be using some of these other parts here, not the mounting bracket. So I have the 3-foot cable that came with my antenna, and I actually ordered an additional 10-foot cable because I need to additional length on my cable to be able to get my antenna where it needs to go. So the first thing you want to do is very simply, you're going to slide out your antenna. This is made out of fiberglass. So just go ahead and pull out the antenna here, and we'll see here on the bottom there is a plug here just to protect the connection here. So I'm going to go ahead and take off that kind of insert here, little plastic piece, and now that exposes the connection to my antenna, right? I'm going to place that down, and very simply, I'm going to also open up the cable. So let's go ahead and get that opened up. Just a second here. Oh, there we go. And so here's my 3-foot cable. You'll see that it also has a protective cap on it, so we'll go ahead and remove that as well. All right, and in this case, the first thing I'm going to do, very simply, is I'm going to take off the wiring here that holds it together. We could place that down, and so I can go ahead and stretch out my cable and get it nice and flexible here. All right, now what I'm going to do here is I'm also going to take out the lightning arrestor, and again, this is not to protect your antenna from getting struck by lightning. This is, if there's a surge in power, it will protect and prevent additional power from surging through your antenna, which can ultimately damage it as well. And we'll see here, this is just a very simple piece, okay? And you want to go ahead and take off both caps from both ends, okay? And that will expose the connections that you need in order to get that connected, okay? If you did not order the lightning arrestor with your voucher code when you were checking out on Field Components website, it's totally fine. Your antenna is going to work completely the same way with or without the lightning arrestor, okay? And towards the end of this video, we'll show you how to hook it up without the lightning arrestor as well. So just follow through to the end of the video, and I will disconnect the lightning arrestor and show you how to hook it up right to your antenna without that piece. So I'm going to take my lightning arrestor, and I'm going to take this side here that has it's the female part here, and I'm going to take the larger end with the larger connection on my cable, and I'm going to insert it into this part. So take a look at the lightning arrestor. It's not the one with the large screw top here. It's the one that you're going to insert. It has a red inner part there. So you're going to go ahead and insert that. You're going to push it in, and you're going to rotate that piece here. So let me show you. So I'm rotating it on so that it actually screws in. And so you're going to be rotating that clockwise, okay? So I'm tightening that, and now it's nice and snug. You'll feel as you push the cable in and you turn this piece clockwise, it will grip on and start to screw and latch in there, okay? So I have the first piece of my lightning arrestor connected, and now what I'd like to do is I'm going to go ahead and get that connected to the base of my antenna. And you'll see there's another red insert here, and I'm simply going to do the same process with the antenna. I'm going to push this part in, and I'm going to rotate this, this piece here counterclockwise. And that's going to also catch on to my antenna. You can also screw this part on as well. Now make sure that you're pushing this in nice and straight so that you don't strip the screws. It looks like mine was going in a little crooked. So just be real gentle with it. It might be also easier to place the antenna down on a table, which I'm going to do as well, so for the sake of demonstration. And this way you'll see that this piece will screw on just nice and easy here. And you want to keep turning that until it fits nice and tight. All right, so you're going to make sure that both connections on the cable, okay, as well as the base of the antenna are snug, okay? And now I have my lightning arrestor here ready to go, all right? Now, the last step is going to be connecting the cable to my hotspot, okay? So now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take the other end of my cable and I'm going to simply, very easily, screw that on to the base of the hotspot on the antenna connector. Now, every hotspot has exactly this same port here, and you can see it just went on real easy there. Now, keep in mind, this is a very short cable, right? So you want to be able to get that antenna up somewhere, you know, on your roof or on the side of your home. But essentially, your hotspot will look like this. And of course, you need to have it plugged into power and Ethernet, or if you're using Wi-Fi, okay? So you have a couple other connections here, but the goal is to get your hotspot as close to where your antenna is going to be mounted. You want to use the shortest amount of cable length necessary. So if you, for example, if you need about 10 feet or 15 feet, you can also order that from the Field Component website. And so in some of these next trainings, we're going to provide some different strategies for mounting, how to use these mounting brackets. There's also some other strategies like adhesive mounting. So for example, if you want to mount this right outside your window, there's types of adhesives or clips that will be able to allow you to simply attach that or suction to a window or mount it with an adhesive layer there. So, but that's really just the basics, guys. I just wanted to go through this with you so you have a clear understanding of how to connect your antenna. So very simply, just to recap, I took my cable, I connected it to the base of the lightning arrestor. I took my lightning arrestor and I connected it to my antenna. And then I took the additional end of the cable and I plugged that directly into the external antenna connection on my hotspot. And this is the full configuration. It doesn't matter what length of cable you use. This will always be the process that you use to connect your antenna. So that's how you guys go ahead and do that. If you guys are receiving your antennas now, start looking around your home outside and figure out where you want to mount this. That was part of our previous training before choosing your antenna so that you can determine if you need a longer cable. Okay, so that's pretty much going to be it for you for this video, guys. We'll keep showing you additional strategies on how to connect and mount your antenna. Thank you. All right, as I mentioned, we will also show you how to hook it up without the lightning arrestor. So I'm going to go ahead and unscrew that piece from my actual antenna. All right, get that disconnected here. All right, I'm going to place my antenna down nice and safe. And I'm going to unscrew the cable from the lightning arrestor as well. So we're going to remove that piece. And you'll notice that you can hook up the cable directly to the antenna as well. And you can go ahead and screw that back on. And as I recommended before, because the antenna is a little bulky, you can place it down and then have a little bit more stability when you're screwing on that piece. Okay, and so let's see, am I turning this? We want to turn that clockwise, okay, and that will get that piece nice and snug on here. There we go. Now it's nice and tight. You want to screw until you want to make sure that connection is nice and snug. And so now I've been able to hook up my antenna directly to the cable without the lightning arrestor. So again, guys, if you didn't order the lightning arrestor, don't worry, your antenna will work completely fine. It's very rare circumstance that you have a surge in power, and even then, it's unlikely that the antenna would get damaged. It's simply for an additional layer of protection. If you did not order it, you're completely fine hooking up your antenna directly to the cable without the lightning arrestor.